Go ahead.
One of my all-time favorite guests that came into the studio was Monique, and you know, when you think of Academy Award winner, and you think of diva.
Yeah.
But she came in here beautiful. I mean, oh my God, she was dressed.
She is very pretty.
Oh my God, she's beautiful. But she came in here dressed to the T, and came into the studio, and I'm thinking she was going to be really kind of rude, to be honest with you. But she wasn't. She came in and paid homage to everybody. We told her the story about the station, how it got started, and just so happened our owner, Charlie Chuck, he was in the back room. He came in. We all in the studio together. And this is even before we went on the air. And we were just talking. And she was just telling us how she was pretty much proud of a black-owned radio station, and she said it was such a big thing. And then she started praying. And we were everybody kind of getting the goosebumps and chills. And just for somebody like that who you had a perception of, that was totally to the left, totally different. Just a beautiful person. Had us all up in here. I was going to cry, but you know.
Because you felt the spirit.
Oh my God!
I seriously, I really did. I wasn't,
it was a good one.
I wasn't working
was
that
there.
day, but I came up because I wanted to get a picture because it was my birthday. And I walked in, and Charlie was on air. He said, "Oh, Cicely here. It's her birthday," and she said, "Come on over here." And I'm telling you, when she hugged me, my hairs on my neck stood up. She was beautiful, and she put on the best show at Fat Fish. We were right in the front.
Yeah.
And the way she came out was it was classy. It was elegant, and she shut it down.
But let me say,
she came, and then the next time she came,
right. That's
the
what
same way.
That's what I was saying. She came back.
Way.
But on look, you give all the good parts, but on the bad note, and I don't want to put this on her, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Don't say it.
Don't you?
I know what you're gonna say. Say it.
Yep, she wore the same dress.
She said, but I got on the same dress that I have on in that picture. So we put a scarf.
We put a scarf around her,
She
right?
put it on.
But she was still cool.
Yeah,
with it.
she was still good. She was working that
She was working that dress though.
Yeah.
Work that dress.
She was, man.
I had a big one. I had the label called and said that they were going. I got a chance to interview Gerald Levert, and I was like, okay, so we're going to bring Gerald Levert by, and he's going to come by 12 o'clock or whatever. And I was like, okay, fine. And so I'm sitting there, and as things happen around here, the equipment broke down in here, so I had to kind of finagle it like with one mic, trying to make it work to where Gerald could sit by me, and we kind of leaned into the same. So finally, the doorbell rings. It's Gerald Levert, and I was scared, nervous, I should say, just because I had met him and he's a big star, but somebody I liked. And so I go to the door and I open the door, and the guy comes in, and hey, it's Gerald Levert. I say, hey man, how you doing? And I shake his hand, and Gerald Levert walks in, and then I look behind Gerald Levert, and there's his father, Eddie Levert, from the OJs.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell me that Eddie was coming. And so I got Gerald Levert here, and then here's Eddie Levert from the OJs. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so we come in here and we sit down, and we start talking. Now the three of us are like talking into one mic at the same time, trying to make it work. And we did I think about a 25-minute interview where Gerald Levert was talking about LSG and how R. Kelly was in the group LSG, but they had to kick him out, and told me about conversations they had. And then Eddie Levert was talking about the days of asking about being a father and this, that, and the other. But the best part was after the interview got done, Charlie Chuck was here. So I've got me and my father, and I've got Gerald Levert and his father. And what I didn't want to happen was when Charlie Chuck he said, I'm gonna tell him, I'm talking to him. And he went to Eddie Levert, and Charlie Chuck had all his years in radio, and back in the day, the OJs were supposed to come and do a show
at Scott High School.
And they didn't show up for one of the shows, and Charlie Chuck said that Eddie Levert owed him money from 1970 something, which is fine. But then he said, all right man, you know, back in 19, you owe me money because you didn't come. And he brought up the fact that Eddie Levert and the OJs didn't do that show for him. And what did Eddie Levert tell him? Hey man,
let it go.
Let it go, man.
Let it go, Chuck.
Just let it go, Chuck. Let it go. Let it go.
But he remembered.
He remembered.
He remembered because they were supposed to do a show like on a Friday, and it was packed. It was a sold out show, and they didn't show up. So
Well, why didn't they show up? Did they?
I
ever
don't
say
know
that?
why OJ didn't
He
show
promised
up.
him to come back. And
So he had to calm the people. Charlie
Oh,
Chuck had to
yeah,
calm
I
the
bet.
people because he, on stage, doing the show. He had to calm the people. So talking to Eddie Levert and them, he's like, okay, we're gonna come the next day. So they came the next day and did the show, did the concert at Sky High School.
Yeah.
But it was about to be a mob because I remember being
Chuck
snatched up into the office with you get my kids out of here. They was about to fight.
Chuck
Oh, my
was
goodness.
adamant about that money from Eddie Levert.
And back
He
in
wanted
those
his money.
days, it wasn't. There were probably promoters and stuff, but they did it one-on-one. Like if it was Charlie Chuck and Eddie Levert and the money,
Cash. Right, cash money.
Cash. So it's like, okay, we did
Are
it
y'all,
for
are y'all
okay,
still
Chuck.
doing promotions? Concert promotions?
Concert promotions, we don't do them as much as we used to because everything has changed the way everybody with a computer is a rapper, everybody with a MacBook and Serato is a DJ, and everybody with a little bit of extra money in their pocket is a promoter. So it's not the same as it once was.
I
So-
wish I was here for at least one of the expos.
And
Oh yeah,
missed
'cause
out.
we had a lot of we used to put on the Glass City Expo.
Now
Yeah.
I tell you this here, and I just mentioned this to Charlie, but I think you should tell the story, man, about Life Jennings, man.
Oh yeah.
Life Jennings,
All right,
that was an
so-
awesome story.
Like I always tell people that I would rather see somebody from Toledo get a Grammy before somebody I don't know. And so we had an instance where I had a meeting with one of these guys, with the guy I knew, to come in and talk about something. I don't know. And so I go out to the lobby and I see the guy I know and I see his friend with him. I'm like, so yeah, all right, y'all, come on back. And so the two of them come on back to my office and we sit down and I'm talking to my guy and his friend is sitting on the couch next to him and we're talking back and forth and we get our stuff together and we're like, whatever, okay, cool. And then I say, okay, so y'all are friends. What do you do with this organization? And he was like, I don't know him.
Oh.
He said, well, you call him back. I just came back with him. I was like,
wow.
so who are you? He's like, man, my name is Life Jennings, and I got this CD, and I want you to listen to it and probably play it. I'm like, oh, so you done snuck your little way back in the office. So I took the CD. I'm like, okay, dude. Well, yeah, thanks. All right, well, yeah, all right, I'll holler at you. And so he left, and me and the other dude finished up, and we laughed it off and whatever, and that was that. And then a few months later, I got a call that he said, hey, look, Atlantic Records is looking at me. They think about maybe signing me, but they want to see if I'm getting any support or any airplay, this, that, and the other. So I was like, bet, I got you. So I called the label to make sure that he wasn't lying to me. And so, yeah, I guess we are looking at him. So we took that record and we got a cat from Toledo who was dope. With his guitar and his piano and his singing and all that. So we took that CD and we put that in, we put a song, and we put it in heavy rotation.
Yes.
And we played that song non-stop for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And then next thing you know, he got signed, not because of us, we're not saying that, but
Yeah, it is. It's a
next thing you know, he got his record deal and he got signed with Atlantic Records. And in true classy form, when he got his first gold record, the first gold record he gave out, he brought it to us and gave it to me. And we got pictures of it, where he came back home and gave me the gold record when it went platinum. He gave me the platinum record when he shot the music video. We were in the video. We were in the trailer like we were superstars, and
We were.
then we would holler back. That was our move. He shot 2 videos here, and it was real cool. So that was to see somebody from Toledo who is doing it and came from here. That was nice. Even though Charlie Chuck almost shot him. Because one day he came up here for an interview on the weekend, and he didn't know how to get into the building, so he went around the building and started knocking on windows. And he knocked on Charlie Chuck's window, and Charlie Chuck, if y'all don't know, when he does work, especially on a Saturday or night, whatever, he's doing work, he got his pistol sitting right there on the desk, and Life come knocking on the window, and Charlie Chuck grabbed his gun and was like, oh, okay, you like the guy shot, boy, and brought him in, so it's cool.
I tell you this here, another thing that I think is great, and I think it's something that we do here, is that when comedians or artists. We make them feel at home when they come here, and there's so many artists and comedians that come here. Tommy Davis, and when Tommy Davis comes here, he always want to shoot a video or he want to do something crazy.
And he's playing with the kids all the time.
Playing with the kids.
Or
in our daycare.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Or Bobby Valentino,
Shooting videos.
he want to come
Eating
in.
chicken.
Eating chicken.
Man playing with the kids and picking them up, and Pops from Friday, John Witherspoon shooting videos with Tish and them and kissing on Tish. People are just cool, and then you become friends with them. You start talking to them on the phone. They give you, here's my number, give me a call, and next thing you know, they're calling you, you're calling them. It's cool. It's cool.
You have a lot of artists that you look forward to seeing again.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And they're one of them.
Like John Witherspoon is coming soon.
He's coming, and I'm
looking
can't
forward
wait.
to it.
Yeah, Mr. Bang Bang himself.
Yeah. So it's cool because we do have our kids here a lot.
Yeah.
And it's cool with the artists.
It is what it is.
With the kids.
What is that? That's I ain't gonna say it's community radio, but that's what do you call it?
Bad radio. Bad radio.
Ghetto radio.
Ghetto radio.
And it's
or one of mine would come in and cut the station off.
Oh yeah, come and flip a switch, turn the station off. But yeah, at the same time, one of the things that we had growing up with our father being in radio, we got a chance to meet a lot of people, and so it's cool because now our kids get to have that. You know, my sons were on, a couple of them, they were on Rick Ross's Instagram, and next thing you know, he got all these hits and all these likes. They were like, look at this! You know, they were bragging to all their friends, and I'll get a text every now and then, Dad, didn't we meet so-and-so? Like, yes, you did. Can you send me the picture so I can show my friends and my teacher don't believe me? So I like that. It's cool.
Yeah, we are. I think that's one of the great things about working here is that we have a family atmosphere, and
because they're here for a long time when they're here.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it is.
They're not in and out. It's not a quick interview.
Interviews here are notorious for being, when they do the whole market, we're always the last station that they stop at because they know that when they come here, it's going to be relaxing, but we're also they're going to spend the most time here because we just hang out, we have fun, we kick it.
Yeah, chances are we're going to have a 40-minute conversation before we even
start talking.
Start the interview, and then by then it's time to go home.
Yeah.
All right. Good. That was some good footage.